Bradley Cooper plays the title role, and actor Scott Lowell is one of the stars of the play as well. He's with us today. Hello, congratulations on the success.
Thank you so much, Anton. I appreciate it.
I have not gone to see it yet. I know time is running out, but
yes.
But just tell me a little bit about your background. You were just telling me you grew up here.
I grew up, just outside New Haven, Connecticut. So New York was kind of my big city growing up, and where I first got the acting bug, really coming down and seeing shows, especially at the Booth Theater where I'm at right now. So it's a bit of a dream come true being there. And then after college, I moved to Chicago and started really my acting career there, just doing theater in that great Chicago acting scene. And
it was great.
It's amazing. And I mean, you know it well. It's just amazing, that blue-collar work ethic that you kind of learn there of just getting it done. And then after 11 winters, I thought maybe a little sunshine might be nice. So I moved out to Los Angeles in '98, and then had been there mostly. I was in Toronto for about 5 years as well, working on a show up there. But this is my first time working in New York, and it's been incredible.
Tell me about the bug. When did you know this was what you wanted to do, Scott?
When I was about 12 years old. I think about 12 years old, I took an acting class downtown in New Haven with my best friend. He was taking the class. I thought I'd just go along with him to keep him entertained, and I kind of ended up being the best one in the class. I thought, I'm actually excelling at something. Maybe I'll keep doing this. And so I kind of knew from them. And then, like I said, coming down and seeing shows, my parents were terrific about bringing us down, my brother and sister and I, down to see shows.
So they were big theater supporters?
Yeah, big theater and music and opera and everything. And we really had such a great cultural upbringing that it helped water the seed and then let it grow. Yeah.
When did you get your first big break?
Boy, you know, they all felt like big breaks to me at the time. Anything that paid me money to act, you know, even Chicago, was great. Certainly when I moved out to Los Angeles in '98, and my second summer out there, I auditioned for and then got the television show Queer as Folk on Showtime.
Which was a huge hit?
A huge hit, a very groundbreaking show. It was kind of their first, it was their Sopranos, a very different kind of Sopranos, but it was around the same time, and it was the show that first gave Showtime a hit that help them attract other stars and writers to their network, then has turned them into the big network they are now.
Now, I was in college at the time, but the show was I don't want to groundbreaking because it was, just for people who may not know, it was about 4 young gay men, right?
Yes.
So like everybody was talking about the show. You got to see it. Whether whatever your preferences were.
Yes.
But it was just such a. It was one of the first shows to deal with that, and it was like Sex and the City, but for men.
Very much so. I mean, it was the first show to have all the main characters be gay. For this first show, gay or straight, I think that portrayed sexuality in such a graphic way that was integral to the show and not done in a gratuitous fashion, and it really gave a voice to the community. And for we stopped filming it in 2005. We do fan conventions all over the world. We have fans in Russia and China and all over the world, because it's, for a lot of people, it's their first time seeing gay characters that weren't clowns or eunuchs, which is kind of how they were usually portrayed. They're either the sidekick or they're completely asexual, and this was the first show to show them as really three-dimensional, flawed human beings, and it was groundbreaking just in that way too. And so for a lot of young gay people and older gay people as well too, it allowed them to see themselves on television for the first time in a way they hadn't seen before. And so it was groundbreaking that way, and continues to. I mean, we still, there's new generations because of streaming and Netflix and iTunes and all these other platforms that we're on now. Gay kids, I mean, I get gay teenagers coming up to me all the time still, thanking me, and it helped them come out. It, gave them something to show their parents, to say, this is what's going on, and help their parents understand what's going on. And that's the most moving thing about it, that 10 years on from when we stopped making it, it still is changing people's lives.
I have to tell you that when I was a kid, one of the first movies when we first got cable was The Elephant Man. And it was so moving that to this day, like 35 years later, I've still only seen it once, because, and I had this conversation a few months back, I was like, dude, I can't handle it, that scene at the end, but let's talk about your part in the play, and then just about the play in and of itself.
Well, I'm lucky, the play is somewhat different than the film, in that it's, it's much more theatrical. It preceded the film, actually. And as it was originally written, there are 3 actors, 3 main actors who play John Merrick, the Elephant Man, who Bradley Cooper's playing in our production. His doctor, Dr. Treves,
right.
who the amazing Alessandro Nivola is playing, and then an actress who comes into his life, and one of the few people who at first can kind of tolerate his appearance, that Patricia Clarkson is playing our production. And then there were 3 or 4 other actors who played every other part in the show, and so I'm one of those multi-character tracks that plays a number of different characters. I play a manager of some pinheads in Belgium. I play a rather sleazy British lord, kind of the Bernie Madoff of Victorian London.
Okay.
And then I play one of Merrick's porters at the hospital who attends to him.
How was Cooper to work with?
He's amazing. He's one of the most extraordinary human beings I've ever met, to be quite honest, and how he deals with his fame and remains so grounded is a miracle to me. And he's someone who so appreciates the fans he has, and he's a true artist. And this whole project is his heart up on stage. Similarly, he saw The Elephant Man. His father took him to see The Elephant Man when he was 12 years old, the film. And it's what made him want to become an actor, and it's what made him fascinated with Joseph Merrick. And he's had this obsession with the guy, and he's wanted to do this play ever since. When he was in doing his graduate program at the Actors Studio, the New School, he did a half-hour version of the play The Elephant Man as his thesis project. So he's been wanting to do this for a while, and we did it 2 years ago up in Williamstown in the Berkshires for the Summer Theater Festival. It was the first time we did it up there, and his portrayal is so extraordinary, and he's one of the best actors out there, obviously, with all the acclaim he gets, but he's so truly transformative. And to work with him on a daily basis, and all the other actors in this cast. I mean, I have the joy of sometimes just sitting off stage and getting to watch, scenes with Bradley and Alessandro, and it's like watching Frasier and Ali kind of go at it. I get to see that every single night, and it's extraordinary.
Scott, the play runs through?
Runs through the 21st of February, so next Saturday.
Now, what's next for you? What are you up to next?
I go back to Los Angeles and for a couple months. We're taking this play to London in May, again, thanks to Bradley Cooper, and he's taking the entire cast with him, which is one of the few times they've ever taken the full American cast of a show and brought it right to the
using West End.
Exactly, they're bringing us right to the West End, to the Royal Haymarket Theatre. We'll be there May through August, so all of summer we'll be in London doing The Elephant Man.
Now, are you worried about that because Merrick was English, as was Anthony Hopkins, who played the Doctor in the film? So were you all worried about you Americans coming over to the West End?
We are a little bit, to be quite honest. We're all, while our British dialects here, maybe we get cut some slack. They may not be as kind to us there, so we'll be dusting them off and really making sure we're doing it right when we're over there, because it's an honor to bring this character, and that's why Bradley wants to do it. He wants to bring Merrick back home to London. That's what he keeps saying, and it's an honor for us all to get to do it with him.
Say hello to the Queen.
I sure shall. Thank you so much, Anton.
Scott Lowell,
thank
you so much for being here.